Hey, New Life Church. My name is Angela Kruse. My husband Aaron and I have the incredible opportunity to serve on our campus development team at New Life. We have been a part of this vision since 2009, when Aaron and I actually visited Arkansas for the very first time. Our first experience was in Jasper, Arkansas, and I had the thought, this is exactly how I envisioned Arkansas. People were selling knives out of their front yards, and there were flea markets in their backyards. And then we came to Conway, and I was like, okay, this could be our home, and it has been ever since. One thing we love about New Life is the charge to always be going after the next soul. In line with that vision, that's actually why we're incorporating this curriculum on evangelism. Now, I have to give credit where it's due. I have to mention this was actually written by my dad, who has daily walked out the call to evangelism for decades now. We already heard from the man, the myth, the legend, Dean Fagley. He hit on points 1 through 3, which are to pray, personify, and pursue. And I get to talk about number 4, which is probe. We always say that in order to effectively share the gospel message, we have to be really great at asking questions. Jesus was phenomenal at this. In fact, we have 307 examples from Scripture to pull from. He understood that questions are a great tool to swing a conversation from natural things to spiritual. Some of my favorite questions that I like to use in conversation are, did you grow up in the church? Are you plugged into a church now? Is faith an element in your life? And let's be real, people love talking about themselves, so this is a great way to learn about people's journey and let them know we genuinely care. It's also a great way to lead to number 5, which is present. The fact that we as believers are asked to even partner with God in the Great Commission, it's always such a wonder to me. If we think about it, God could do whatever he wanted to communicate with people. He could send angels to share directly with the people. He could literally write words in the sky. But he chose you and I to be his ambassadors, as though Christ were making his appeal through us, it says in 2 Corinthians. I've heard many believers proclaim that actions speak louder than words, and I would really challenge that. I would say that actions speak louder with words. In Romans 10:14 it says, "But how can they call on him to save them unless they believe in him? And how can they believe in him if they have never heard about him? And how can they hear about him unless someone tells them?" Now, if we're going to really step into this arena of sharing our faith, we have to be prepared in season and out, says Paul. For me, if I know the outline of what I'm going to share concerning the gospel message, I have so much more confidence in starting a conversation. Below this video in a link is an outline of how my family shares the gospel. These are simple tracks to run on. This is not the only way to share the gospel message. I would just encourage you to have a game plan as you head into these combos. If you're interested in a book resource that covers the presentation of the gospel, I would highly recommend One Thing You Can't Do in Heaven by Mark Cahill. And lastly, we have to remember to number 6, persevere. Bill Fay, author of Share Jesus Without Fear, said that the average Christian hears the gospel message 7.6 times before accepting Christ. Sometimes we're the first to tell them, sometimes we're somewhere in the middle, and at times we have the incredible honor of crossing the line of faith with someone we've shared with. The timing is between that person and God. Our job is to simply be faithful and share truth with people in love. Over the next couple of days in our Devos, we're going to go more in depth on the specifics of sharing our faith. I just pray that we would be people who hear this charge and start seeing all the incredible opportunities around us to share the message of Jesus with people. God bless you, New Life Church. Let's go and make a difference in the state of Arkansas.